Good evening. I'm student meteorologist Ian Cassette.
And I'm student meteorologist Paxton Fell. Ian, it has been quite hot outside today.
Yeah, it was a little bit on the hot side. I was a little uncomfortable.
In fact, it's actually been the hottest August on record in over 130 years.
Are you serious?
As a heart attack.
That is really hot out.
And the temperatures also were 1.35 degrees Fahrenheit warmer than average as well this year.
I feel like that's not really good. That is not a good thing, is it?
No, not at all. It's not hot. It's not good for us because we're sweating even more.
Yeah, we are sweating even more, and I'm sure you guys felt it too. But
yeah.
I mean, for 130 years, this is since they began using instruments to record data. So that is very hot for 130 years to have the hottest summer ever. And in fact, August 2014 was the hottest August in dating back to 1880. So
it's been quite some time, and we finally broke that.
We
today.
did. But so if you're definitely feeling the heat outside, you can complain about it because it definitely was the hottest summer we've had in a very, very long time.
It has. And if you're sweating, you're not alone because I'm pretty sure all of us are out there due to the hot temperatures. But we are going to be sending it out to Shane for more.
With the live traffic cam, too.
And that, too.
Yes, thank you guys. Live traffic cam indeed. We've got a look over West Tennessee Street and Woodward Avenue right now as everyone rushes home from a long day of classes, and we see clear skies and pretty steady traffic flow. No accidents to report, at least not at that intersection. As for what the skies were doing today, it was a very beautiful day, save for some towering cumulus clouds that we can see were making their way to the southeast across the Big Bend region, but letting in bountiful sunshine this afternoon that pushed our temperatures way up there on the thermometers. That mercury was climbing a lot today to a high of 90 degrees, and similar conditions across the whole Big Bend region from 88 in Thomasville and Bainbridge to 89 in Mariana, and Wilma checking in as the warm spot at 94 degrees. Let's give you a sneak peek of the show tonight. After several days with afternoon showers, we finally have a dry one, and it's going to be clear for the week to come with cooler lows coming later this upcoming weekend and next week. Exactly how low will those temperatures go and what's the weather going to be like for game day? Stay tuned for more information. Now back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Shane. Now, we're going to be talking about some interesting weather myths that may or may not be true, but we're going to be debunking that for you guys.
We are, and we're going to start it off with tornadoes. So actually, many people think that if there's a tornado, to open up your windows to account for the pressure change, but that does not work.
That does not work. So make sure to keep your windows closed if you're in those conditions, and might as well board it up if you have time. Probably not, though.
Or go into the basement where it is more safe for you instead of spending time to open those windows. You just get into shelter
it's also
instead.
another thing that's pretty interesting is that if it's not raining in your area, but there's a storm near, it is possible to get struck by lightning with no clouds above your head.
That's true. It could strike from about 10 miles away, so you gotta be careful out there.
Definitely be careful. So if you're not in under a storm, you're still not safe there. So
nope.
We are going to send it to Jay with the local.
Yes, indeed, Ian. It's been quite a wet one for the past couple of days, but no more of that. Especially a lot more sunshine for the next couple of days, and for game day against Clemson, a lot of sun will be in the area. Look, radar, you already see a couple of pop-up showers here in Carrollville and Apalachicola, so that will not be lasting too much longer as you start seeing more of a look for later on in my segment. Today's almanac, you already see 90 degrees at your high. It's not going to be in the 90s much longer. Tomorrow, going into Friday and Saturday, you see highs in the 80s, mid-80s, so it's going to be quite a good one indeed. Low 69, it's going to be in the 60s for the low for the past couple of nights. Currently, it's 89 degrees in Tallahassee. It's a mostly cloudy day, nothing but sun and clouds, just a nice, gorgeous day in the capital city. Currently, it's 89 degrees in Tallahassee, 89 in Monticello, 88 in St. Mark's, 84 in Kimball, just seeing 80s all across the board. And you're starting to see a little more of a temperature map for the past 24 hours. You're see at 3 a.m. we hit 72 degrees, going down to 69 by 7 a.m. That was a nice, good breeze coming in. But again, we have to start hit at 5 o'clock. You start seeing at 90 degrees, and that's going to make its way back down into the 70s later on tonight. With the futurecast, you're going to see, like you said, like a lot of rain that's been in the area because of all the cold front, bringing a lot more showers. But when that moves out from Thursday, going into Friday, this high pressure starts rolling into the capital city, starting a lot more sunshine in the area. And going into Saturday, it's going to be a lot more drier. You're not seeing rain chances, very low for Clemson and for the weekend as well. Rain chances is going to be quite low indeed. Tonight's forecast, you're seeing 68 degrees. It's going to be clear and calm. It's going to be a cool inland, so go out, have some fun. It's not going to be all out rainy. It's going to be a nice and cool day for tonight. And going into tomorrow, 88 degrees, sunny morning. There are going to be some scattered showers in the afternoon, but like I said, that won't be lasting too much longer for the Big Bend region and for everyone else involved as well. For the boating forecast, you are seeing winds at east 10 knots, waves 1 to 2 feet, chance of a thunderstorm, light chop ahead. So if you're going out boating or for all the game day activities going Friday night and Saturday, it's going to be quite a cool one on the waters. So a very good boating day if you're going to go out and have some fun on the boat. And for the Sunday forecast, you are seeing rain chances, very few for Friday. Saturday against Clemson, it's a 20% chance that's going to be in the morning. That won't be in the afternoon or at night. So expect a lot more sunny conditions for Clemson. And for a weekend ahead, and for Monday and Tuesday, you are seeing a lot more sun. 90 is the last time you're going to see that for Monday. Lows in the 68, 69, so it's going to be quite a cool one for the next couple of days. But Allie, would you like to tell us a little bit more about what's happening around the Southeast?
I would love to tell you what's going on around the Southeast. So basically, we're seeing sun and warm temperatures. We did say Tallahassee is at 89 degrees now, and pretty much, it's nice to see no 90s. Can you believe that? 82 up in Atlanta, 88 in Montgomery, and 84 over there in New Orleans. So it's still warm, but nothing in those 90s, so we get a little bit of a break from that. And not only do we get a break from those 90s, we also get a break from that humid air. And you can see that through these dew point numbers. 65 here in Tallahassee, 62 in Atlanta, and 72 over in New Orleans. So these dew point numbers are slightly lower than we have seen in the past, indicating that our air is just a little bit drier, and that is because we have a high pressure that's going to come in and dominate our weather, but I will get to that in just a little bit. For now, our high temperatures, we did hit a high of 90 here in Tallahassee, 83 in Atlanta, they're just slightly cooler, 85 in Tupelo, and 81 over there in Little Rock. So they are cooler, like I said. The sun was out, so it did heat us up, but nothing like those 95 temperatures that we were all dreading for the last couple of days. So it does feel a little bit better. Still upper 80s, but plenty of sunshine, so we are definitely happy about that. For our satellite and radar, this was that front that we were talking about for basically the last week. It was a big cold front that came across the United States and brought us all of that rain and that humidity. However, you can see now that is off the coast, not affecting us anymore. So we did have some clouds over Tallahassee, but no rain, so I'm glad to give my umbrella a break there. In Texas, they do have a couple of those lingering showers because of that cold front, but those are going away, and once that high pressure comes in, they will be having better weather as well. As for tonight's forecast, we're predicting 69 here in Tallahassee, 66 in Atlanta, 64 in Montgomery, and just slightly warmer over there in New Orleans. We put them at 72. So we are going to have a nice calm night. And for tomorrow, the sun will be back out. We will still see some clouds, but we have nice warm temperatures, 82 in Atlanta, 90 in Montgomery, 88 over in Tupelo, 87 in Little Rock. So they will have the sunshine because of that high pressure. They're going to have nice, dry, warm air. We do see a little bit more clouds as we look a little bit more at Florida. We have Tallahassee at 88 with some clouds and a little bit of showers as we move into the afternoon. Orlando there at 84, and just a little bit more south, we have 88 down in Key West and Miami. But for now, we are going to send it back to the desk.
Thank you, Allie. Well, on this day in weather history in 1926, there was the Great Miami Hurricane with wind speeds of 138 miles per hour, bringing in all of this ocean water and also creating 12-foot tides.
Yeah, 12 feet tides. That's pretty high. And in fact, this storm had as the eye of the storm passed over Miami, it had a pressure of 935 millibars, which is a pretty intense storm. Now, the storm also had created quite a bit of a disaster for that area, as they saw over 135 people that drowned from it.
And including these 135 people, in total there was 372 people that unfortunately died during the storm. And not only was the death toll high, but the cost and the destruction the storm caused was high as well.
Yeah, definitely not something you want to see. And that's why you should be prepared for these hurricanes when they come up. Now we're going to be sending it off to Daniel.
Yeah, guys, we're going to take a look at the national and see what's going on all around the country. If we look at our East Coast over here, West Coast first, we see 96 in Phoenix, where they've seen all that rain over the past week or so. They still had the flooding. We'll get into that a little bit later. Salt Lake sitting at 91, so it's still pretty hot over on the West Coast there. But here at the East Coast, we're getting just a little bit cooler. As you can see, 84 in New Orleans for right now. They didn't get up to 90 today. They were close, just like we just hit 90. We're starting to go on the downtrend. You'll see on the 7-day forecast later on that we're only going to be hitting 90 one time over the next week or so. Well, there's a 24-hour temperature change. Miami's gone up about 8, but all along the East Coast is looking good, just about the same as they've seen over the past few days. Well, the West Coast is just a little bit different. Phoenix and Albuquerque are both up 12 and 13 degrees from this time yesterday. So it's gotten a lot hotter over there. And get this, that San Antonio's gone up 8 as well. Just a few minutes ago, though, San Antonio was seeing 16. So they've really dropped off in temperature over the past few minutes. And Billings, check that out. They're at minus 16 from where they were this time yesterday. Well, for now, we're going to go ahead and go look at the radar for the whole country. And you see that Arizona and New Mexico are still getting hit with all that rain, you know, so, and it's starting to move into Texas, so it's starting to move out of the Phoenix and New Mexico area, but unfortunately for them, that rain will still be hanging around for just the next day or so. If we look at this broken cold front right here, you can see all across Texas that they are starting to get just a little bit more rain there. We're going to go ahead and zoom in at the southeast. Nothing too much to our east coast, so we're going to look at what's going on in Louisiana. You see that system coming from Texas is now moving into Louisiana, so they'll be getting some rain in the next few days. We probably won't get here, but we'll be checking on that. Might have an update a little bit later on for that for you. Well, the Midwest, not really a lot going on there either. You see just a little bit going on in Kansas right there, moving down into Oklahoma. But aside from that, they're looking all good. And we're going to go ahead and go down to Texas and check out what's going on there. You see this cold front used to be right along here. Now it's all broken down, and these storms are starting to move off into Louisiana. We have these storms hanging out in the middle of Texas right now, through Midland to Dallas right there. And you see the ones over here that were really affecting the Phoenix area the other day have really moved out of the area. So that's really good news for them. But in the northwest over here, not much going on along the coast by Seattle and over in Oregon. But there's a little bit of rain moving through Idaho up through Montana into Billings. So they're seeing just a little bit, not too much. It looks like it's moving rather quickly for them. So that's some good news there. If we zoom back out, just another look again. Storms in Texas and up in Montana, and not much to the East Coast. So that's really good. And for tomorrow's forecast, we're looking pretty much the same here, except there's a small chance of storms. But for now, we're going to send it on over to Allie for another look at our local.
Yes, we are. We're going to bring it just a little bit closer to home as we look at today's high temperatures. We did hit 90 here in Tallahassee, 90 up in Thomasville, and definitely pretty hot over there in Bainbridge at 95. So these are just a little bit more mild than we have seen. I'm thankful to not be in the 93s anymore, but 90 is still nice and warm for around Tallahassee. Right now, though, we're at 89 in Tallahassee, mostly cloudy, and you can see our humidity is at 45%. So that is slightly lower than we have been seeing the last couple of days, and that's because of that cold front. It's just moving on out of our area, and now we have that dry air to push in behind it. So we are definitely loving that relief after those couple of rainy days that we had. Around the region, our current temperatures still 89 here in Tallahassee, 88 in St. Mark's, 94 over there in Wilma. So it is still hot. You can see this red color around our region. Big Bend is definitely hot, but not as hot as it has been. So just feeling a little bit cooler as we look at our high temperatures. Our dew points, though, we're at 68 up in Thomasville, 64 in Bainbridge, 65 here in Tallahassee, and just slightly higher down towards the coast at 76 down there in Carabel. So even these numbers are a little bit lower, giving us that drier air, not too much humidity, and that is because of this cold front that is gone. So this is the front that we had been seeing for the past couple of days, but if you look to our Tallahassee area right now, we are seeing just a couple of clouds but no showers. So that's why our humidity numbers are low, and that's why our air is feeling nice and dry. As we move on, though, the the futurecast will show us this is that low pressure that has moved out of our area, and that is that cold front that was associated with it. So we'll set that into motion and see that just move on off the coast. And then this is that high pressure that I keep talking about. That is what is going to be coming in, and that's going to dominate our weather for the next couple of days. So this high pressure means lots of sunshine and lots of dry air. That dry air will be coming in, giving us great weather as we all look forward to our college game day versus Clemson on Saturday. Tonight's forecast, though, it's going to be nice, clear and calm night. 68 degrees here in Tallahassee, 67 over in Quincy, and just slightly warmer there at 71 down there in Carabel. So we are going to have a nice, calm night. And for tomorrow, we'll have 88 here in Tallahassee, 89 in Bainbridge, and 87 in Carabel. So we're going to have a nice sunny day, but there will be some scattered showers in the afternoon. So we don't want to completely forget about those umbrellas. If you want to be safe, go ahead and bring that with you. Our 7-day forecast, we will look for the next 7 days, and you can see these temperatures are slightly cooler as we don't only see 190, and that is on Monday. But our temperatures are doing exactly what we said they would. That high pressure is coming in and just giving us some sunshine and temperatures in the upper 80s.
Well, you were just talking about local. Let's talk about something that's going on right here in Tallahassee, and even down to St. Pete, they're getting just a little bit. Well, actually, first we're going to go ahead and send it on out to Zach, who's at college game day. So what's going on out there, Zach?
Yes, guys, we are here at ESPN's College Game Day, right here on Langford Green in front of Bobby Bowden Field at Doak Campbell Stadium. Our Florida State Seminoles going to face off against the Clemson Tigers here on Saturday. And the weather is looking quite nice, but we'll get to that in just a second. Talking around Florida right now, though, it's practically what we're seeing right now. Sunny skies, clear conditions across most of the state. Earlier today, we did have a low pressure system that was associated with that stationary front that pushed off our coastline earlier yesterday. That stationary front turned into a cold front and swept through our region. That's why we're now seeing these sunny skies. Those sunny skies are actually persisting across the state of Florida, however, and that's heading all the way down south towards Miami. A little lingering rainfall over near the Everglades, but that should end by later tonight. The sunny skies will persist through the weekend and the drier conditions as well. We're talking about college game day, and we are sitting here on Langford Green. As you can see behind me, ESPN did arrive here earlier today, and they're setting it up and getting it ready. So what's going on this Saturday? Well, here's a list of events that are happening. We've got ESPN setting up here on Langford Green. You guys are expected to come out, get loud, show them our Seminole pride against those Clemson Tigers. The show starts at 8, but if you want a front row seat, you're going to want to be here around 4 to 5 a.m. Signs are permitted. Those are the best thing about ESPN's College Game Day. So start thinking about some of those creative signs. The show lasts from 8 to noon on ESPN, and the game 8 p.m. on ABC as our Florida State Seminoles take on the Clemson Tigers. Besides that, though, lots of tailgating going on Saturday as well. The weather's looking nice. We're looking at the 80s, but by the end of the game, we could be down into the mid to upper 60s. Shane will have that coming up in your last local before our final desk. But for now, live from Langford Green, I'm Zach Covey for FSU Weather. We'll send.
Thank you, Zach. And thankfully, one of the things that is going to stay out of our forecast for the next couple of days, possibly into weeks, is the tropics. But the tropics are active right now, and we have to go all the way out into the deep Atlantic to see anything tropical-wise, because there's this nasty cool front that came through, causing a lot of thunderstorms out in the Atlantic. Thankfully, for us, it's just going to bring in some cloud cover, and this is going to scoot down towards the south before that game day on Saturday morning, and better even for the forecast into Saturday evening for the actual game against Clemson. Heading out into the deep tropics, though, we do have Edward still way out in the Atlantic. Actually, we're talking way out, 3,000 miles out into the Atlantic. This is closer to the Azores in Europe than it is the United States of America, and this is pushing away from America as well. This is a tropical storm now, starting to weaken, starting to lose some tropical characteristics. We're talking at winds right now at 70 miles an hour, and this is moving again towards the east, towards the Azore Islands. We're going to start to see this kind of fall apart. But what we will see is a couple of inches of rain landing in the Azores, mainly the western Azores, but we could see rain across most of the Azores as we go into Saturday night through early Monday morning, and then it's going to head back towards the south. But the real story over the tropics, for the most part over the last couple of days, has been Odile. And this is all that's left of Odile. And this is, although it looks a little bit bleak, there's still some rain falling in. Most of these areas have started to transition to the dry season. So this very late season tropical system has been a headline out west, bringing in a couple of inches of rain for a lot of this area. Now, the rainfall forecast did bust for most of the southwest. Most of these places were expecting 5 to 6 inches of rain. The goal getter there is Mogollon, New Mexico, which had just over 4 inches of rain there. Most of the southwest is seeing between 2 and 3 inches of rain across the southwest. El Paso had some flooding in the western parts of Texas, just over 3 inches of rain there. This time of year, they're only expecting about 1 to 2 inches for the entire month. So some of these places saw their entire monthly rainfall over the last couple of days. The rainfall forecast for the next couple of days, we're looking like this. Truth or Consequences seeing about 1/4 of an inch additional rainfall on top of that 1 to 2 inches they saw in some parts of southern New Mexico. Roswell picking up almost 3 inches of rainfall. This is all going to head off towards the east as this system is being pulled in by the same system that is going to be bringing us rain here on tomorrow into Saturday. But there's also one other system way off the coast of Mexico. Manzanillo, Mexico, is right about in here. And there is a tropical storm warning for possible tropical storm force winds on the southwestern coast of Mexico. And this is going to move off towards the west and to northwest, away from Mexico for this time. No threat to Cabo San Lucas, where they had all that havoc from Odile over the last couple of days. This is going to be pushing off towards the west and northwest, away from land. But if you are a surfer and you're heading towards Mexico, there will be waves of 3 to 5 feet in some of these places on the western side of Mexico. And I want to talk about this moisture again, because this is actually going to affect our forecast as we head into Friday, into Saturday, and possibly into Sunday. And this moisture here's some moisture sources, and this is what is left of Odile. And this is all going to slide off towards the east. And this is that cold front that pushed through earlier today and yesterday. You can kind of barely make it out here across the Gulf of Mexico. And this is streaming in moisture from Odile and pushing it down I-10 and across some of the interstates across the southeast. And this is going to work into our area along with some upper level moisture and some spin in the atmosphere, and really crank up those rain chances up to 30 to 40% across our area. And that's really going to pop and blossom across northeastern Florida as we head into late Friday into Saturday. And the rain chances there are going to pop up to 40 to 50% in parts of Jacksonville over to Gainesville and the Swamp. But for tonight, we're still dealing with that cooler, drier air in the upper 60s to low 70s across most of our area. For tomorrow's forecast, we're looking like the upper 80s, but before we go into the get down tomorrow night, we're looking back into the low to mid 70s. I'm looking forward to that, but we've got some more tropical information now at the desk with Allie and Daniel.
Thanks a lot, John. Well, he was talking about Hurricane Edward that was just, swimming through the Atlantic. I mean, it got up to a Cat 3, didn't it?
It did, and it was the first major hurricane that we've seen since 2012. So it didn't really affect anyone, but, I mean, wind speed and Category 3, still a big hurricane. So definitely noteworthy to talk about.
Yeah, it sounds really heavy, and it's even causing some rip currents in the northeast and into Canada. They're getting surf reports up there of 3 to 5 feet in New England right now, and they're also getting about 4 to 7 in Nova Scotia, if you believe it. But the water temperature is about 64, so I don't know if that'll attract too many surfers out there in the
Yeah,
morning.
I don't think I'd want to be out there in 64-degree waters. And with that rip current warning, everyone definitely needs to be careful.
Mm-hmm. Well, those will be dying down to about 2 to 4 tomorrow, so if anyone's watching the Northeast, you do still have just a little bit left for tomorrow for surf, but it'll be gone for a while after that. Well, Shane's going to give us the last look around the local. What's going on out there, Shane?
Thanks, Daniel. Well, as for right now, we've got beautiful skies as those clouds continue to make their way over downtown Tallahassee. Gorgeous view of the downtown region, courtesy of WCTV, as we have 81 degrees outside right now. And currently on campus around the airport region, we've got 89 degrees under mostly cloudy skies, but it's still bright out there. The sunlight is keeping things warm, and I'm happy to report the humidity is dropping to a mere 45%. So it is definitely drying off, finally starting to feel a little bit more like fall, although we've got more rain in the forecast. Stay tuned. So again, 88 in Monticello, 84 in Thomasville, and 86 in St. Mark's there along the coast, a few degrees cooler than we are here. And those dew points are dropping down, 65 in Tallahassee, 64 in Bainbridge. And once these numbers get up above 70, that's where it starts to feel uncomfortable and humid and sticky outside. And they've got that right now along the coast as a result of the typical sea breeze, 74 in St. Mark's, Carabel checking in as the most humid spot at 76. Now, as for what those clouds have been doing today, because we don't really have much rain on this radar to report, we've got lots of towering cumulus clouds that have been moving their way to the southeast over the course of today, pushed by those winds associated with that front that's finally getting out of our hair. Looking at the wider southeast, we see that overall trend from northwest to southeast that has been continuing to maintain itself all the way across the Gulf of Mexico, with spotty showers just north of Mobile earlier today. So taking a look into the future to see what's going to happen, that cold front is going to get out of our way, and I say good riddance. I'm not sorry to see it go. And then we've got high pressure that's going to remain over the region through lunchtime tomorrow to give us a beautiful day to maybe take your lunch out on Landis and enjoy it. And then getting in towards the game day forecast, we're happy to say that for the most part along the day on Friday, it's going to remain dry outside. It's not going to be so sticky and unpleasant, and very few showers in store, save for a few spotty afternoon showers that are so typical of Florida. So in the meantime, how low is the temperature going to go tonight? We're looking for 68 degrees. It's going to be clear and calm, which is going to allow the temperature to drop a few more degrees than it did last night, just getting down to about 71, I believe. And then the temperature is going to climb right back up tomorrow, not quite breaking 90 for the first time in a long time, really, that on such a clear day that it wasn't affected by rain or clouds or anything. 88 degrees is the call for tomorrow, with a 30% chance of rain in typical Florida fashion. We could see some isolated thunderstorms roll in the afternoon and be gone by dinner time. So for an extended look at the week ahead, there are the numbers for you. Happy to report only one temperature above 90 degrees for a high in the next 7 days, with lows remaining almost on autopilot in the upper 60s. And now let's round things off with Allie and Daniel at the desk.
Thanks, Shane. Yeah, it looks like a great week in store for us, and I know that's exactly what we want to hear as we go into this Clemson game day.
Yeah, it does, and only 20% chance on that day. Rain in the morning, that'd be it, and clear afterwards. That sounds really good to me.
Definitely. I mean, after that last game day where we had those scattered showers all day, I know everyone is looking forward to some sunshine, and we're ready to cheer on our Florida State Seminoles.
Yeah, that's going to be a real fun game, even though James is sitting out the first half for some problems he's had, but I think we'll still be good in that game.
Definitely. I know we're all very excited to get out there and tailgate. I'm sure it'll be starting very early in the morning, but I know there's some new regulations on our student booster lot, so we got to be careful where we go, but I'm sure everyone will get out there nice and early, and we're going to have a great time.
That's true. Well, we're going to take a look at the rest of the week. You see, on Sunday, Monday, we're looking all clear on rain. Small chance on Tuesday and Wednesday there, and Thursday, we're looking all clear again. You see those temperatures dropping down into the mid-80s by late next week. That sounds good with us.
It does sound good with us. We are happy to see those slightly lower temperatures. But for now, if you can like us on Facebook.com/FSU Weather and on Twitter. And of course, you can always follow us, watch us at livestream.com/FSU Weather anytime.
Yeah, that's right. Livestream.com is the best way to watch us when it is not showtime, so you can watch us anytime at all, which is really nice.
That is nice.
Yeah.
But for now, I'm student meteorologist Allie Brannan.
And I'm student meteorologist Dan McFarland. We hope you all have a wonderful evening and enjoy the game later.
Good show.